first equation, I solved by factoring. So I have 2x squared minus 12 equals 5, and I subtracted 5x from both sides because it is the opposite of the 5x, and you want it to equal 0. So I got 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 equals 0. Then I labeled A, B, C, and from there I made an x, and I did A times C, which is A and C, and it got me negative 24. And then I got the B, and I put it up top. And then these two, you have to pick two numbers that multiply to get the bottom number, but add up to get the top number. So negative 8 times 3 is negative 24, and negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Then from there, you make a box, and you put the A and the C in these two corners, and then you take your two numbers from here and you put them here, and you add an x to the end. And then from there, you see what these have in common with each other. So this only has negative 1 in common with each other, and this has two x's, so the only thing in common is the x. And this 2 can go into negative 8 and 2, so it would be 2x, and then 3 can go into 3 and 12, so it would be 3. And then you take these two equations by themselves, so 2x plus 3, which is right here, and you equal it to 0, and you subtract 3, and you have x minus 3 over 2, which is right here, which is 0, and you do the same thing with these two, and it's a 1, and the factored form is just 2x plus 3, and then the x minus 2. For the next equation, I completed the square. I did x squared minus 20x plus 18 equals 0. I subtracted the 18 from both sides and got x squared minus 20x plus the half of 20, which is negative 10 squared, equals negative 18 plus negative 10, which is a half of negative 20. And then I brought it down here and got x minus 20 squared equals 10. I square root those and got x minus 10 equals positive or negative 10. Then I added the 10 and got x equals 10, positive or negative 10 in the square. The next equation I solved from quadratic formula, and I have 5x squared plus 1 equals negative 50x, and I did the opposite and I added the 50x to both sides, which got me 5x squared plus 50x. And before I put anything else down, I put plus, and then in the parentheses I halved the 50, and it got me 25, and I put that in the parentheses with the square root, the square, and then I put equals negative 1, which is the 1, but I just flipped the sign, and then I did the same thing with this. Then from there, I did x plus 25 in the parentheses squared equals whatever the square root of 25 is, which is 5. And then I squared root that, which got me x plus 25, because we got rid of the parentheses in the square here, which equals positive plus negative 5, because the 5 can be either positive or negative in the square root. Then we subtracted the 25 from both sides and got x equals negative 25 plus or minus 5 in the squared. And we cannot combine those since this is a constant and this is a square root, and that is just the answer. For this equation, I square rooted, so I have 4x plus 1 squared plus 1 equals 17. From there, I subtracted 1 because it's the opposite, and got 4 in the parentheses x plus 1 squared equals 16. I divided that by 4 because it's on the outside, which got me x plus 1 squared equals 4, and I square rooted those, and got x plus 1 equals positive or minus 2, and I subtracted the 1s and got x equals negative 1 plus or minus 2, and since those are both constants, you can add those. So I added them from 1 and 2, which got me 3, and then I did negative 1 plus 2 and got me negative 1.